What's up? Welcome back to my channel, or for the first time if you're new, I'm Sylvan, and today I'm going to be reacting to Cerydra's character trailer, Step Onto the Board. I'm very curious to see what we have in store here. Cerydra was a very interesting character in the latest story. Definitely surprised me with how sort of complex she was, morally speaking. So I won't delay at all. Feel free to like and subscribe if you enjoy the video. Leave a comment on your thoughts. Consider becoming a channel member if you want to support me just that little bit extra. And let's get into this. All right. Ooh, the assassination.
God help us. Where they're
Yeah.
Life
Jesus.
cries out here and then fades away.
The cruel reality of war.
No one can control destiny.
Really? Unharmed in the middle of it all.
Their path
The chess player.
only lies in the palm of kings.
Ah. Ooh. The chess game against Lygus. Interesting.
Fate? Just some fun on the chessboard.
Uh-huh. Okay, the build. Ooh, Hysolence.
And oaths and friendship begin to rust.
Foolish question.
Even if all bones turn to dust,
I find
Caitlin falls to ruin.
I find it unlikely to be that you'll be able to bring her off her path.
Even if you must fight yourself,
The dark shadow self.
doubts of the past strike like a blade.
Ooh, the shattering of the
How can
crown.
one who doubts herself ever hope to rule others?
Fair.
How can one be imperator if one only looks backward?
Yeah.
As for one, one who once swore the oath shall answer it. For I
Yeah.
shall sound the triumphant anthem that conquers destiny.
Yo. Okay. Ooh, holding the conch. Huh. Interesting. So with most trailers, what it's doing is pretty front-facing in what's actually going on, but what is happening is actually fairly interesting and complex, very much like Cerydra. Throughout the entirety of this, we're working off of this metaphor of war and conflict as a chess game. It's not a particularly new metaphor, it's one that has existed for a long time, but it is used well here. We open with the knocking over of a chess piece, a very brief glimpse of the moment that Cerydra loses her life to Hysolence. And then we see Lygus's hand press the button on a clock, or perhaps rather a scale. But as the trailer properly begins, we are met with the horrors of war, Cerydra standing amongst it, the cries and screams of all those who suffer the fate that is war, whether it be the soldiers themselves, those caught in the crossfire, anyone and everyone who has been destroyed by war. Life cries out here and then fades away, is what Cerydra says. Life is lost. People are killed. This is the fate of those who go to war, and those who are caught within a war. No one can control destiny. If your fate is to die in war, you shall die in war, and that is not something that can be changed or controlled by the common man. But Cerydra is no common man. She is a ruler. She is one of the players of this game of chess. I do not think she includes one such as herself in this statement of no one being able to control destiny. She would claim destiny as her own if she could. She is the one who is playing the pieces after all. She is the one who moves them across the board, sends them to war, sacrifices them when necessary. And even within the horrors of war, as seen as such, she stands ever so slightly above it, separated from it. She commands, she rules. She is the imperator, not a common soldier. Their path only lies in the palm of kings. She holds one of her soldiers in her palm the same way she would a chess piece. No one can control their own destiny, for it is already controlled by that of kings and rulers and tyrants. And then, with that statement made, with that being the understanding, we pull out. We have witnessed the ground level horrors of war. We know who one of the players is. And now we see the other, Cerydra and Lygus, duking it out. Neither of them deign to go to the battlefield themselves. They control their own troops in an attempt to defeat the other. This is a battle of wits, and determination, and patience, and intelligence, something that both of them have in spades. But where Cerydra claims she is one of these kings who controls the fate and destiny of everyone else, Lygus counters in saying the arrogant imperator, Cerydra, is also a prisoner of fate. To use his own metaphors, she too is trapped within the cave. She too cannot comprehend of what it would mean to actually break her chains. To rule the shadows and those chained around her is no true rule. That is not above fate. And Cerydra counters, saying, fate? It's just some fun on the chessboard. My fate is not as simple as those who I use as pawns. But of course, Lygus is not outdone. He questions, is this truly just a fun game to you? Are you having fun even when those closest to you betray you, when loyalty fades? As he places Hycelin's piece onto the board. One of your strongest pieces I place down. She has betrayed you. Is it all fun and games now? And she is initially silent, as images of Hycelin's betrayal are shown to us. But even with that moment of hesitation, she is not deterred. She drops Hycelin's piece, twirls her staff. Foolish question. Even if she must get serious, she will not stop. She will continue on her journey of conquest. And as Lygus continues to taunt her, to question her beliefs, to force her to doubt, all while the chess game continues, him playing the game, she completely dismisses him. It's a boring critique, as she shatters the board itself. This game, this chess game, though lives are on the line, is truly fun and games to me. If we are to be serious, the game must change. She has moved on to the board, and she has changed the rules, or seeks to at the very least. But then it's here that I think we get sort of the most intriguing piece of this to me, because it doesn't speak directly to anything we had in the story, I think. But I think I might have a sense of it. Lygus poses the question, taking on the guise of her shadow self, almost, as we see him dash forward and then see the shadow self appear. As he poses another question of even if you must fight yourself, to me it speaks to the fact that Cerydra is a tyrant. She is in many ways a monster of a person. She has sent so many to die for her own conquest. She rules with an iron fist, stamping down those who oppose her. In almost any context other than the one we are in, she would be the villain. I feel that perhaps her shadow self here is a representation of the reality of who she is, who she's become, what she has done. Even if there is more to her than just being a tyrant, that is the mark she has left on history. And so, at some point, she has to face that. But even then, even when forced to understand and witness what she has done, who she is, she does not doubt. She does not question, she does not look back. After all, how can one who doubts herself ever hope to rule others? To do the things she has done and continue moving forward, doubt is never in the equation. Even when all of your allies turn against you, when history remembers you as a monster, you cannot doubt your way if you are to rule and lead others. That is what she believes. How can one be imperator if one only looks backward? A conqueror is always facing forward. To look backward is to stop, is to lose, is to fail. Interestingly enough, this is not a denial of what she has done or who she is, but rather just the statement that there is no room to change that, no room to doubt her past. She is confident in the path she follows. To her, it does not matter what she has done or what she has thrown away, what costs she has paid. If it means she continues on her path, she will do it, or at the very least, will not question herself once she has done it. And with this statement, her own golden blood swirls around her most capable and powerful piece, that of Hycelin's. Even if her loyalty faded, even if her loyalty faltered, even if she would turn her blade against Cerydra, she believes that Hycelin, the one who has once sworn the oath, shall answer it. Even if her loyalty has faltered, when called upon, she will answer the call. And it's here, regardless of circumstance, regardless of morality, regardless of anything. In the game against Lygus, Hycelin's is Cerydra's piece to play. in her palm once again. And it's here that we almost have our answer to what was being discussed before. Cerydra is the one who shall sound the triumphant anthem that conquers destiny. The common man does not control their destiny. Perhaps she doesn't either, but she will. She will conquer it. She shall rule it. She shall control it. Destiny will be in her grasp someday, or at the very least in the world that she has built, the world that she has conquered. She cares not for her reputation, what her allies think of her, what her enemies think of her. As long as she can someday, even beyond her death, conquer and defeat and change fate, change destiny, change reality, change its rules, change law. That is her goal. That is her drive. And so we end. The king and queen of one side already knocked over. Hycelin's piece still on the board, as Cerydra either rests or is dead. But regardless, she holds the conch as she stands victorious. I very much enjoy this trailer. I feel that there are, to an extent, layers that I'm not even scratching, which is a feeling I've had with Cerydra in general. But perhaps it may just be because she is not a character who is trying to prove herself to be good. She is merely confident in her ways, unwilling to doubt herself, and circumstance has led her to be on our side. In many ways, she is the closest to an evil character we have who is playable, and though they do not necessarily do much to try to change that perspective, she is our ally, and she is not painted solely as a villain either. She is a tyrant, that is undeniable, and yet she is not solely a villain. It leaves me with an interesting feeling. But regardless, feel free to like and subscribe if you enjoyed the video, leave a comment on your thoughts, and very special thanks to all of my channel members, including Desaize and Pokelove 101 at the normal tier, and Kondo Nano at the cool person tier. Really appreciate your support, as always. I hope you all have a great day. Bye-bye!